In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was with God in the beginning. Through him all things were made. Without him nothing was made that has been made. In him was life, and that life was the light of all mankind. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. All day, like I imagine many of you, I've been watching the events unfolding in Washington, D.C. And if you haven't seen it, just to recap it a little bit for you, as the houses of Congress were coming together to certify the Electoral College votes and to officially kind of end the election, there was a massive protest outside trying to stop that and trying to overturn the results, and that protest ended up storming the Capitol building, forcing the evacuation of all the senators and Congress folks. One woman was shot. We don't really know any details as of right now, as of about 5 o'clock on Wednesday night. And it's been a really horrible, frightening day. I've been watching the events unfold all day, just like I imagine you have, with fear and horror and shock and anger. And I've experienced a mixture of emotions, like I imagine many of you had. But through it all, that passage from John chapter 1 that I just read just keeps coming back to me, that the light has shined in the darkness, and the darkness will not overcome it. I'm not going to sugarcoat all this and just say, hey, Jesus is in control, and so therefore you don't need to worry. Because while that's absolutely true that Jesus is in control, Jesus calls us to be a people of prayerful action. Tonight we were supposed to kick off youth group for the year, for 2021. And we have a great series about goals, focusing on the story of Nehemiah, which is one of my favorite stories in the Bible. And we're going to get back to that in short order. We're going to delay that 1 week. We're going to start that next week. And tonight I wanted to focus on something a little bit different. So I wanted to let you know that at 7 o'clock tonight, about an hour from when this video goes up, 7 o'clock Central Time, there's going to be a Zoom prayer meeting for our whole church. It's an online all-church prayer meeting, and I think it'd be really important for every family, every worshiping house to be involved in that. Even if you come and you don't even turn your microphone on or your camera on, I think it'd be really important for you to be there. So the information for all that is in the description below. But I also want to offer you just a kind of a short reflection on the events of today and what our job is as the people of the church, what our job as the church is right here. Like I said, it's our job to be people of prayerful action. We need to pray for our country, that it would actually be strengthened by God through all this mess. We need to pray that we as the church would realize our place in this moment, and that we would, in the midst of this, build a bridge to the blessed community of God in the future. We should pray for our elected leaders, all of them. Okay, all of them, even the ones that you don't like. I know that's hard. Pray for all of them, that they would hear God's call in this moment. Pray for the law enforcement officers who, from what we can see, again, we don't really know a ton, but worked hard to protect people today and to shut these rioters down. And also, we need to pray for the rioters themselves. These people who are committing terrible things in the name of freedom or whatever it is. But we have to remember that they are children of God just like you and me, that they bear the image of the divine creator, that they were created by God on purpose and for a purpose, and they've simply forgotten who they are and whose they are. So I want to invite you to pray for them, that their hearts would be softened, that they would be open to God and open to repentance and reconciliation, and that they'd be open to not being led by hate and division. So tonight, I want to invite you to that prayer time. We're all going to pray together. It's going to be a time to kind of just be honest about how you're feeling, because there's a lot of different emotions that go along with this, and that's okay. There's a dog down the street. So that's all I got for you. Looking forward to youth group next week. The information for all the Zoom stuff for the prayer meeting is in the description below, or if you're watching on Instagram, this is in the bio of this page. So thanks so much. See you soon.